Hey, what up, everybody? It's Moss coming to you with another modern video, and today we are playing with at least one new card out of the new Tarkir Dragonstorm set, and that's Voice of Victory in the Boros Energy Shell. Now, Voice of Victory says opponents can't cast spells during your turn, and you get to make 2 red warrior creature tokens. Really good with Ocelot Pride, a Johnny, a Goblin Bombardment. It's really just something that ties the whole room together, making it so that your opponent can't interact with your stuff. Kind of awesome. Outside of that, the rest of the deck is basically what you would expect out of the energy deck at this point. One of the things that I noticed in this list that I pulled off of like a 5-0 dump is the fact that it's running 3 Arena of Glories, which I kind of disagree with. Realistically, you should have 2 elegant parlors. That way you have greater chances at surveilling these flages into the yard, getting rid of bad top decks. But outside of that, it's pretty good, pretty standard. One of the things that I really like about it is the fact that it has Blood Moon to deal with all the Tron stuff that's going on in the format right now. Sideboard, again, pretty standard stuff. A couple Damping Spheres to deal with combo decks, to deal with some big mana problems. Ghost Vacuum to deal with graveyard stuff, Wear Tear to deal with problematic artifacts and enchantments, Showdown of the Skalds for the Mirror, Molten Rain and Obsidian Charmoff for things like Amulet Titan and for Eldrazi, Thraben Charm for graveyards, enchantments, Stony Silence for the Jeskai Ascendancy, Corey Steelcutter combo decks, and similarly, Deafening Silence kind of just deals with a lot of matchups as a whole. But obviously, like all the other videos, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, engage with me, leave me some comments, tell me what you want me to play in the next video. Maybe I should be playing Standard more. Maybe I should look into Pioneer. Who knows? But that's everything, and I'll see you guys in match number 1. Alright, match number 1, and we're going to be on the play like that. Hand is really middling, though. I don't like 4 lands and 2 Ragavans. That kind of sucks. I think we got a mullet. Okay, this hand's not much better, but it does at least have our little, like, Splinter Twin situation of a Johnny and Goblin Bombardment, so I think that's fine enough. We'll go Windswept Heath and pass. Yield until our opponent's end step. They're going Polluted Delta and passing. Polluted Delta is really not a fetch land that we want to see. We'll bin a Windswept Heath. Okay, Static Prison. Again, similarly, not necessarily a card that we're too thrilled to see when we don't know what we're up against. If we get hit with a... Okay. No Spell Snare. I can dig that. Opponent didn't crack their fetch, which is interesting. Okay, they go Thundering Falls and... Are they just going to pass here? Mishra's Bauble? Surely they're not... Like... Yeah, we'll pay the 2. Opponent's definitely not Grixis Death Shadow, are they? I do like this cool turn 3 play of like double spell. I mean, if they're Grix, okay, they're just, is it? Are they gonna kill Ragavan? Okay. I mean, take 1. Now, the crazy thing is, I do think we want to just tick up a Johnny and not, like, just plus it. Or tick it up and not 0 it. Because that makes it harder for our opponent to just outright kill it right now. Like, they have to go for another card into their graveyard somehow. Darcy. Darcy. Preordain. I don't like any part of this equation. Okay. There's no way that you're just Murktide. Are you? Okay. Unholy Heat? Oh my god, they're just Murktide. I mean, yeah, we're kind of hosed here. I truthfully don't know what to do in this situation. Yeah, we'll prevent that. It's like Voice of Victory is not doing a lot, and same with this Flage in our hand. I mean, Voice of Victory at least guarantees that the turn after, if it doesn't die, we can haste our Flage out. Okay. Expressive. I mean, we're still good here. Like, they could have something. They could have a subtlety, and subtlety hurts a lot. Yeah, we'll keep doing that thing. Alright, opponent. I mean, they gotta have the subtlety in order to make this just backbreaking. They gotta have the subtlety. They don't have the subtlety. Alright, so we're playing against like 2021 Murktide? I guess. Or I guess 2024 Murktide. Blood Moon's out. Those Thraben Charms are in. And Showdown of the Scalds, I guess. They're not doing enough to really make us want to bring in this Ghost Vacuum. And I mean, they're going to blow out our Ragavan, but let's just take out Voice of Victory. This is interesting. It's like Voice of Victory and Bombardment, because we're not really going to be in a position where we can Bombardment all that much. We are going to be on the draw, though, which makes Ragavan far less appealing. So we'll take out the Ragavans instead. Alright. Yeah, we'll run it like this. Alright. So, turn 1, Foundry, and Guide. Bobble themselves. They like it enough to keep it. Yeah, we're just going to go ahead and do this. Then next turn we can go fetch. I mean, our opponent definitely isn't going to have a Pyroclasm, right? If they have Flood Moon, we hate this. Okay. Greed. 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 I really hate that we keep calling our shots here. Like, surely they won't have a Pyroclasm and immediately gets Pyroclasmed. Okay, cool. Opponent scoops it up. I love that for us. See you guys in match number 2. Alright, match number 2. We're going to be on the play. We keep this hand all day. Alright, so we go turn 1 fetch, turn 2 bombardment, fetch shock, guide of souls, turn 2 plains, bombardment, turn 3 maybe flage, sack its face, opponent's mulliganing. Okay. They are thinking over this mulligan. Alright, so we can hope that it is not anything too crazy. I'd love to not see Eldrazi, as it's looking like one of our worst matchups. Okay. So they're definitely just going to kill this now. Watery Grave. Okay. So now we're playing against another Murktide deck. Interesting. Alright, well, opponent is gonna thought. Ooh, thought sees us. Okay. Thought sees, take Flage. Probably. If they have surgical, they'll surgical the Flages, which would be insane. They're just taking the discharge. Opponent, what if I told you taking that discharge didn't matter? Evoke subtlety. Evoke subtlety. Okay. Sure. I'll put that on top. I mean, I do now have to worry about them having Bowmaster, because if they just go and play this turn while doing nothing. Okay, so let's do it again. Second verse, same as the first. Counterspell. We're doing the slowest beatdown plan against our opponent right now. There's the other Undercity sewer. Alright, what you putting in your yard? Dismember. Which member? Dismember. Aha, aha, aha. And the crowd goes wild at the bad dad joke. Alright. We're casting the Flage. So it is good to know that we would have hit that land, which would have let us escape the Flage this turn. Ronnie Radke's other project after Escape the Fate. Really all that makes me want to do now is just get like a bad altar of Flage made that is just Ronnie Radke's stupid face put on it. Alright, we get that one. Thraben Charms in Showdown of the Scalds in. Blood Moon out. And we're going to be on the draw, so Ragavan's out. Again, I don't think there's a lot of logic to bringing in like Ghost Vacuum or anything else. So I think we'll just run it like that. I mean, sure. We've got basically everything that we want here. And if this Ragavan gets to go through unencumbered, we're just absolutely slapping our opponent for the rest of this game. It's not. But a boy can dream. Surveil. Keep it on top. Voice of Victory. In response. In response. Spell Snare. Okay. Do we connect with our Raggy? Do we connect with the Ragavan? Que bueno. Alright, we're going to stick with all the Menguisms for now and just... Ooh, okay. So we took a Dismember out. What are they going to do here? Nile Spellbomb? Oh no! Okay. Well, we're going to get in with this Ragavan. Because if it connects, then... Oh, crap. Well, that is a less than ideal. Yeah, that was not a great choice for us there. So now we have to use this, hit that. Admittedly, our opponent will have a pretty good set of choices they can make here. Now, let's go ahead and say yes to this. We will play Flage. I mean, I don't want to swing this into a subtlety. What are you playing for 3 mana on the end step? There's no way that you're playing Archdruid's Charm. Okay. Sink into Stupor's pretty solid, actually. Alright, you just gonna go ahead and pop that. Again, can't say that I blame you there. Pop it. Exile my whole thing. Yurt. Okay, so opponent can just go and make a big ol' Murktide. If we hit a... Yeah, they're just going for the big Murktide. I mean... We can also just go for a big set of spells here. It would suck if our opponent has another Bowmaster. Okay, yeah. I think we can scoop that one there. Yeah. We weren't getting anywhere with that one. Alright, well, we get to be on the play for this one, which is nice. And Voice of Victory does seem really good here. I can't justify any reason to bring these Ragavans back in. Thraben Charm is still fine. There's like maybe some logic to just cutting one bombardment. Yeah, and then we'll just run it like that. Okay. On the play for game number 3. So it's like, it doesn't do anything early. Oh god, this one does do stuff early, but it doesn't. If we don't hit another land, we're so cooked. This is some insane greed right here. Okay. Stern scolding. I am indeed a fool of a took. You're absolutely right, opponent. Surely you don't have two. Here's a bowmaster. No, I'll take the one. I'm not getting blown up by a second bowmaster. Oh, they're just ninjutsuing in Kaido. Yeah, man. Holy crap. Okay. So we'll just boogie in for 1. And if they want to swing in for 4, I'm not going to stop them. Undercity Sewers and Preordain. One land. One land. This is a total non-game for us right now just because of how bad this one land hand has turned out to be. Our opponent has been able to interact with most of the stuff we've played. Puts a card on top. It's a frog. Yeah, we're not winning. Alright, we'll scoop this one up. See you guys in match number 3. Match number 3, and we're playing against a tired dad. I gotta do this. This is just... Alright, yeah. So, bad dad joke aside. And at least they're being a good sport about it. Let's... Which, honestly, it may just be classic millennial things. Who knows? They're probably... If I was a tired dad, what deck would I be playing? Eldrazi. Or Boros. Alright. They're just gonna kill? No. Okay. 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 I like it. I like it a lot. Now, yeah, they weren't going to block that. Now, if I was this opponent, What would I be doing? So, obviously I haven't revealed any good information, like this being a potential galvanic. Alright, matching the energy. Love it. Except my board's just a wee bit better. Alright, so I'm gonna send my cat flying. Alright. I'm at 25. You're at 13. And I will gain an energy and a life. Next turn, we will both have some pretty good stuff at our disposal. Alright, you go for... Interesting. Okay. I'm going for a flage. Are you gonna take out our pride? Ooh, you're taking out our Guide of Souls. Interesting. I mess with it. It's a pretty solid line, opponent. Alright. Well, unlike you, I'm going to go an Elegant Parlor. And I am putting this bad land into the yard. Okay. Alright. So, I'm swinging with everything. A Johnny is probably the worst card to swing with. But they're going to trade their one red for it. Which I'm actually okay with. I'll flip my non-existent Ajani. And then opponent, you're gonna love this. Another Ajani. Okay, so we're gonna shoot one at you. Gonna flip this. And then we're going to zero this, make one, kill your Johnny. If you have a... Well, that's a lot of cards. That's a lot of advantage. Are you getting a flage? Yeah. You get that flage, opponent. You get that flage. Alright. And you're flaging our Ajani. Can't say I blame you. Alright, so pretty sure you know you're hosed just as much as I know you're hosed. Let's just go ahead and mutually acknowledge that with this static prison. Alright, so the mirror. Showdown. Raven Charms. I mean, if we're not just throwing in the Ghost Vacuum, why are we even playing it? Alright, we're going to be on the draw too, so I think it makes sense to just bring in all the Graveyard Hate on the draw. And then maybe on the play take out the Ghost Vacuum and just hope that everything else is enough to get us there. Yeah. That seems solid. We get 2 pieces of Graveyard Hate. We'll keep. Opponent's already mulliganing to 5. It's a pretty bad start, if I have to say so myself. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and shock this in. And we're going to take your cat. And you have another cat. Yeah, that's cool. We will play this. And maybe there was some sense to not doing that. That way we can Thraben Charm in case they play a potential good spell. Like that. That's kind of the exact thing that we wanted our opponent to not end up seeing. Weirdly enough, I think we'll keep this. Yes. And then we will just go Inflage, hope that they don't have a... Oh my gosh, if they had a surgical here, this would be insane. So sack it, target our thing, target our face, yeah. Face is a good place. Okay, big. No surgical. No! You static prisoned our Ghost Vacuum? You monster. You charlatan. You mean person. Alright, so we will white, red, and a pain. pretend that we're going to go up to 15, but we're not. And then we will take your Ocelot Pride. Okay, great news is if our opponent doesn't have the ability to get anything out of our graveyard, we can haste out the Flage. Bad news is if they have the ability to interact with our graveyard, we're so cooked. Yeah, we will prevent that. For all intents and purposes. Arf, arf, arf. Alright. Do your worst, opponent. If you have something weird like a... What am I forgetting? There we go. If you have something weird, then yeah, you beat us down here. You need... Path? Oust? Oust does it, weirdly enough. I had almost forgotten that card exists. Alright. Well, now this can go at their face because I do not care about their cat token. Just needed to make sure that their board was mostly clear. Another Guide of Souls. Yeah. Opponent, I'm so sorry for what I'm about to do. Alright, let me make sure. Choose that one. Gonna deal 3 to that. Alright, you can block, and that'll buy you a turn. You can kill our cat token, or our Ocelot Pride. Alright. Let's go, opponent. Who is stuck on 2 lands? I'm sorry you got stuck on 2 lands, opponent. I feel for you, big dog. Can I just, like, not see all the flages? Ooh. Ooh. Opponent went for an orange chant? Okay. I mean, that stops me. I mean, I'm just gonna go for it here. There's no reason not to. Alright, GG's opponent. I'm sorry it had to go like that. See you guys in match number 4. Right. Alright, match number 4. We're gonna keep this hand. Playing against a sad panda. Alright, so... Well, I guess we're just going to start off with an Ocelot Pride that's probably going to bite it to an Orcish Bowmaster. Big. Opponent got stuck on one land. Opponent is stuck on one land. Alright, so we'll do this. Alright, opponent hit land number 2. It goes Psychic Frog. And truth be told, I don't know if that's going to be all that useful at this point. Yeah, let's do this. Wow, opponent goes Force of Negation on that. That's crazy work. Alright. This is interesting. So now opponent's got the option to discard most of their hand and then exile a bunch of cards from the yard to make their frog fly. Or they just let me like go through at this point. They discarded what? They pitched a Tameo. Interesting. So again, we're in a super interesting position. Our opponent could have something like a... Nope, they're just doing Shieldred's Edict. Making us get rid of a Planeswalker. Yeah. Yeah, dog. I mean... I'm just going to start by playing that. And then just swing. How much are you going to discard, opponent? How badly do you want to save this frog? How badly do you want to save this frog? Okay. Yeah. We have a ton of tokens and you are super dead. That was a game. Alright, Thraben Charms, Showdown of the Scalds. Is Ghost Vacuum that good here? I don't think it is against this particular deck. And we'll just take all of the Ragavans and run it. I mean, turn one Pride into... Now we do have to go with the correct lands here. It's definitely that Scalding Tarn into Ocelot Pride into turn 2 Voice of Victory, getting a Plains off of this Arid Mesa. They go for Tammy. And Engineered Explosives. Okay, I don't know if I would have done that one. But I can respect the hustle, the ambition, the grind opponent. Do you have a subtlety? Okay. So block the Tameo, I go up to 17. Make a cat token. You go Polluted Delta. Next turn, I think I'm just going to go Flage on your Tameo and hope that you cannot draw out of this situation. Now, if you go Flood Moon, Brain Surge. Our opponent over here is a Brain Surgeon. Minus... Oh, I didn't side out that moon. Oh. Alright, so it's -1, -0. Well, we're just gonna hit this Flage right here. Do you have the subtlety, opponent? Do you have the subtlety, opponent? Your Tameo is a gone. That's attacking Tameo. That's attacking you. That's attacking you. That's attacking you. Yeah, you get all those Tameo triggers, bruh. But your Planeswalker's gone. Dang, you pushed my Ajani. That's crazy. Now here's the thing, opponent. Are you going to fetch and Toxic Deluge? Because if I hit a fetch land, you would be cooked next turn. Okay. I'm at 19. And I have exiled 4 cards. Voice of Victory, Galvanic. I'm not hating this. They did not attack. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna play that. Gonna fetch out a mountain. Put that there. And then we will do this. Okay. So now our opponent has to basically tap out, put themselves in a real bad spot, and then let us have the ability to get this Flage out and haste it next turn. And they have to spend an absolutely insane amount of life. In order to stop us. Okay, dismember targeting that voice. Can you drop the other? Okay. I'll keep that on top. Let's put that here. You have to have exactly Subtlety blue card. Okay, let's make it happen. Let's make a deal. You had exactly Subtlety blue card, are you kidding me? Okay. That's fine. That's fine. You have counterspell? Okay. Good. Good. I'll see you guys in match number 4. Alright, match number 5. We're going to be on the draw. We're mulliganing the hell out of that hand. Mulliganing this one too. It's gonna have to work. Bop. Bop. Opponent mulligan to 6. So that's, oh wait, nope, that's still just me. I was looking at myself. Well. Alright, so we're playing the mirror. I mean, we gotta do this? Like, it just seems silly not to. Yeah. Alright, so this is like the third energy opponent we faced. And it seems like most of them are just running like the standard energy package. There's the Season Pyro. Threw 2 lands away. Alright, opponent plays a Flooded Strand. They're at 13. We're at 14. We're definitely about to lose some life. Aha! We're taking out your thing. What you gonna do about that? Can't do nothing about it. We'll yield until the next end step. Please. And all that is holy, just let us hit like a flage or something. That's not a flage. It's a Voice of Victory. I guess that's something. Nothing good, but it's something. Yeah. So we're probably about to lose this one, but then we'll go to the next one and definitely get some stuff. Okay, sure. You take our Goblin Bombardment. Okay. That was rude. Uncalled for, opponent. Alright. We have 3 hits left in our deck for any fetches. And honestly, not many fetches left either. And yet we hit another fetch. Okay. Okay there, Buster. Alright. So, on the play, I'll take out a couple Ragavans to bring in some Thraben Charms and a Showdown of the Skalds, and take out the Blood Moon. Just hope that we get there. Again, maybe we should be running a Sea Purge somewhere in here. It almost seems necessary with the amount of energy and just everything that we've seen. I mean, this is wild. It is bewildering. It is insane. It's crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Alright, so we're going to be on the play. Hand's fine, I guess. There are definitely worse things that we could be doing. Let's yield until the next end step. Alright, they're just going straight up Surveil. We're going to go fetch Surveil, which is probably a little worse. Well, no, we're thinning our deck more, so... who's to say, really? Now, personally, I want to go for the Voice of Victory. And then... next turn we can go... Bombardment. They're going Flooded Strand, fetch, probably removing our Voice of Victory. Or maybe they're not. Maybe they're just really thinking over what they can be doing. Oh shoot, they just go with Johnny. That's really good for us, actually. Okay. So we're going to go for this Bombardment. And we're going to go ahead and swing. Yeah. Yeah. Alright. What's opponent doing? Alright, we're so good. We are so good. Oh, brother. No, I don't want to keep that. No, I don't. Okay, so if we go for a Johnny here, it's just really easy for us to get potentially blown out in this spot. We'll sack that. And it's just like, yeah, we're going to flip a Johnny. But I want us to plus and put ourselves in a position where they cannot kill it. Alright, so now we have to destroy their enchantment. Okay, everything about this is actually super good for us. That was a great turn. Okay, so we're gonna cast Flage. An opponent scooped it up right there. They saw the writing on the wall. They knew that we had them cooked. Alright, so we'll bring in the Ghost Vacuum now since we're on the draw. And say go. Alright. This is an extremely reactive hand without any pressure. We gotta mulligan it. This is basically the same hand, but with pressure, and not as much removal. Alright, opponent goes Shot Guide. We're going to save a point of life. We're just going to take out their guide. Prison hitting our prison. And there's that. Yeah? Okay. So opponents definitely got their stuff online. They're ready to go. And they can just send one of their cats into the air next turn without any fear whatsoever. And Johnny's real good. Yeah, if they just send the Ocelot Pride flying, we cannot do a whole lot about that. Instead, they go for the Guide of Souls. That's a much more interesting choice. An opponent's at 24. We're at 12. I think y'all would believe me if I said that we're cooked. But we're cooked. There's not a single card I think that we can play that would get us out of this besides just running like Pyroclasm. And it's specifically just Pyroclasm that helps us at this point. Don't kill our thing, opponent. Alright. You get to flip your Johnny. And then that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 10, 11, 12. Yeah, that's gonna do it. All right. So 3-2. Can't complain. I'll see you guys in just a second for the wrap up. Okay, so what do we think of Boros Energy with Voice of Victory in Modern? Uh, 3-2 finish. Not stellar, but not the worst. Kind of middling. It's enough to get you top 8 in a tournament, for sure. Uh, Arena of Glory as a triplicate, terrible. I would have much rather had another Elegant Parlor. Voice of Victory is really good. I don't know if it's good enough to justify running 4 copies. I'm thinking maybe 3 and just bring in this like Thraben Charm out of the side for it. And instead of Voice of Victory, or instead of that second Thraben Charm, maybe open it up to running a Pyroclasm or a Fear Fire Foes. Pyroclasm definitely seems like the better spell right now, just considering how much energy is running rampant right now. Obviously, you run a major risk in throwing your own creatures underneath Pyro, but it seems kind of worth it, especially again if you're running into this much energy. And surely there is some type of asymmetrical spell for like 3 that would be justifiable. So that's probably worth looking into as well. But I like Voice of Victory. I like that it gives us a lot of protection. Thraben Charm seems really good right now because of all the energy decks that are going around. Blood Moon, when it hit well. Or at least in previous matches when it hit well. But, Damping Sphere in the sideboard, I can see its usefulness. Maybe if you're not expecting a lot of Eldrazi or a lot of combo, you can side this out for something that better aligns with your meta. I'm definitely thinking Sea Purge and some type of board wipe, because attacking really is the way to deal with this format. But that's everything. Like always, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, engage with this. Tell me decks you want me to play. Tell me just how your day's going. I don't know. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.